Check it. Homelessness shouldn't be illegal, but cities across America are criminalizing it. And you can get arrested for sleeping on a park bench, or you can get arrested from sleeping under a bridge, or even sitting on a sidewalk too long, or sitting in your car in the parking lot of Walmart or Kroger somewhere for a long period of time. You can actually get arrested for that and go to jail, or better yet, get a fine. But think about it. People are being punished by law for having nowhere to go. And that's sad. That's pitiful, man. And like it needs to be a solution to that, because it's like cities are passing laws making it illegal to be homeless instead of actually solving the problem or coming up with a solution to the problem. And when with these mass layoffs like UPS cutting 48,000 workers and Walmart shutting down stores, and more people are going to end up homeless. Like, you have to think about that. People are losing their jobs, so where are they going to go? And instead of creating solutions, cities are making it a crime to be poor. And this is wrong, morally wrong. You know, my whole thing is, I know cities across the state of Georgia, a handful of cities that actually have programs for homeless people, where you have to go and sign in at the community center and sign your name, give your information, and make a statement about your situation. And you have to go in like a couple times a week, and they will actually provide you some type of housing or somewhere to go. And those facts. But most cities don't have programs for to help people get out of poverty, because you have a lot of Americans now who is homeless because of them losing their jobs or losing their vehicle, or better yet, having no source of income or having no family members to help them. And that's how bad it has gotten out here as a whole. And that goes to show you, these government officials and city officials, they don't care about your typical American people, because the fact that the economy has dropped, like it has crashed, and the cost of living is up high, like rent. For example, rent is the biggest factor in this situation, because your typical condo or your average apartment for a 1-2 bedroom in the South as a whole gonna cost you $800-900 a month for rent. In some places like townhouses and condos, like especially in the city of Atlanta and Covington, Georgia, you paying like $2,000-3,000 a month for rent. And just to move in, you have to pay up to $1,000 for a deposit. And the average American, or better yet, the average civilian, cannot afford that because the jobs don't pay enough to sustain that living expense, because you have to think about it. Most jobs pay $15-16 an hour. Most jobs are underpaying workers, underpaying employees, like your grocery stores, your factories and plants. And it's hard to get on through the company, in so many words. So now the system is set up where you have no choice but to go to the temp agency or staffing agency just to get in the door. And the temp agency, they're going to pimp you anyways. You know how the temp agencies get contracts with these companies. The companies and the temp agency, they do a contract, and the company paid the staffing agency $30 or $35 an hour. And then when it comes down to the employee, the temp who applies for the job or the position, they'll underpay them. They'll pay them $14-15 an hour as a temp-to-hire. But in the process, that single mama or that father or that husband working for 15 $15 an hour, working 10 hours a day, 9 hours a day, and you barely getting overtime, maybe 5-10 hours of overtime, and you do the math, 15 times 40, you know that's gonna be around about $600-700. And then 5-10 to 10 hours of overtime, which is time and a half of $15, that's gonna be like, I'm gonna say $23 an hour. 23 times 10, that's another $210 or $230. So you do add that to 700 some bucks, that's $1,000 a week. You know what I'm saying? But you have to worry about the kids and other expenses like car note. You know, the rent one thing, but the car note, then the light bill, the water bill, cable bill, internet, and then again the kids' food and clothes. You know, all that stuff add up on a monthly basis. So when an individual lose their job or get laid off from their job, they lose that source of income. So versus you getting $4,000 a month and paying the rent and barely getting by, when you lose all of that, you end up with nothing. You back out here on the street, then you get kicked out of your apartment, you get kicked out from your house you rent, you lose your car because you can't keep up the car note. Next thing you know, you lose your wife and you lose access to your family. You heartbroken, and the average person that go to the street and just be homeless. You know, depending on their situation. I personally don't seen a lot of people sleep in their cars, in Walmart parking lot, and other places like other grocery stores and other places, because they have no way of getting income. They have no way of eating or surviving. So they sleeping in their car, homeless, cold, without hardly no clothes to wear, and they hungry every day. So some cities may have a missionary where they can go eat for free, maybe once or twice a day, and people get depressed, so they go out there and do things that they don't normally do, and in some cases people get strung out on drugs because they are mentally damaged and mentally depressed. But what people have to realize, these cities officials do not care. Like it needs to be stressed. Like this is a situation that needs to be stressed, because in every city I ever been in, I've seen homeless people sleep underneath the bridge. I don't seen people sleep in tents in the ditch on the side of the interstate. I don't seen people sleeping in front of stores that's closed in the middle of the night, 1-2 o'clock in the morning. Just a minute ago, when I just came back to the house, I seen this Caucasian guy. I see this guy every day sitting in the parking lot of the grocery store. Headset guy, nowhere to go, same clothes on, and that's not cool, man. You know, most people, they would make fun of that, but that's not cool at all. And that's the situation that we are seeing right now in America, and it needs to be a solution the long way. But anyway, if you like this video, hit the like and subscribe button, and drop your thoughts in the comment section. What's your thoughts of this? You know, what's your feelings on this? But anyway, I'm gonna end this video. Until the next video, I'm out. Peace.